Hey everybody, what's going on? Back for another video again. Hope everybody is doing well. Thanking our Heavenly Father for so much, giving Him all the honor, glory, and all the praise. I hope y'all are having a blessed day today. Um, I want to talk about when the Most High is on your side. When God is on your side. I'm gonna dive right into this because so many people, we have a lot of us have certain challenges that we face in this life. You know, because that's life. You're gonna face challenges. You're gonna face things that to you might be impossible, but with the Most High, all things are possible. And that's the way you got to start looking at your problem. You have to look at it because so many people see their problem. They're looking at it through their and when you see things through the lens of you, then you know see when a lot of you know the story of David and Goliath. I'm sure pretty much all is good. It's my second favorite story in the Bible. That story, apart from the resurrection, that's my second favorite story in the Bible. That story just holds dear to my heart. Just because of how so many people underestimate you because you don't look a certain way. You may look weak. You look weak. But that's how Goliath was looking at David. He of course David was a ruddy. The Bible said he was ruddy, and Goliath, he had a disdain for him because he was ruddy. He looked ruddy, and he was a young man. You know, he was ruddy with a fair countenance, and Goliath was like, you guys, y'all send a boy out here. This is y'all mightiest warrior. A boy. But see, David recognized that the battle really wasn't his. It belonged to the Most High. And what Goliath didn't understand was that David was very strong. And David was very strong, was way stronger than him not because of him, but because who was on his side. You know. And when you have the creator of the universe, the one who created it all, the one who has all power, who's omnipotent, who's omnipresent, who's omniscient. There is no limit to his power. All things are possible by him. When the Most High is on your side, it don't matter who stands against you. It don't matter what comes up against you. You have the ability to overcome it. Whatever circumstance it is, man, you got to stop looking at your problems through the lens of you and look at it from God's point of view. You gotta change your perspective about how you see things, because that's how David saw it. Really, Goliath wasn't really going up. He was going up against the God of David, who was. We serve a big God. He's big. He's strong. He's mighty. And Goliath didn't understand who he was really dealing with. He didn't really understand. He hugely underestimated. Saul underestimated David. Even his brother Eli. Nobody really thought David had a chance. But David, you know, And he proved the naysayers wrong. He took out Goliath, you know, with the help of God, you know, with the help of the Most High. And so many times, man, so many people in the Bible, man, you know, I mean, a lot of times we magnify the enemy, how big, whatever, how big the circumstance looks, how big the problems look, how big the issues look, you know, how big, you know, it could be anything, man. It could be problems in the world. You know, it could be your self-esteem. It could be something about you, an enemy that you're dealing with, or the enemies, or enemy or enemies you might be dealing with. What you need to do, man, is go and look at that problem through the lens of God, because the way the Most High see it, you know, this ain't nothing for me. Because it might look big to you, but it's small to Him. And there is no problem that is more powerful than God, you know, than the Creator. That's what you need to understand. So yeah, y'all, I'm just, you know, and this is challenging me too. I'm challenging y'all to try to look at your problems differently. There might be a whole bunch of them, but your powerful God, you know, is greater. The true and living God, you know what I'm talking about. You know, the Most High. You know, He is greater than any enemy. He is greater than any problem. You know, like I said, when He is on your side, man, you can win. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter the circumstance. It doesn't matter how many are up against you. You know. A lot of times we can lose perspective on who God is and what He has the ability to do because of we're looking at how big, and that's what the armies they were looking at his stature. You know, God was a giant. You know, a lot of people know this. You know, He was a giant man. You know, he was a giant, pretty much. Yeah, he was a giant. They were looking at his stature. You know, this guy was trained. You gotta look at God. This guy was trained from his youth, a warrior, the champion at the time, their best fighter, their best, the champion of the Philistines at the time. He was the champion. But see, when it comes to the Most High, I don't care. It don't matter if you are. You might be good, but when God steps in, you know, and that's what the Israelites didn't see, man. They forgot about who God was. Looked like David didn't. David knew who his God was. Mm-hmm. That's why it don't matter, man. It doesn't matter. You know. So, you know, start looking at your situations differently. You know, that's my little video right here. You know, when God is in your corner, man, when the Most High is in your corner, if He is really in your corner, if He's on your side, then nothing can stand against you, really. Nothing can stand against you. I'm reminded of Elisha when At one time the Israelites they were surrounded by this army. The armies had this king had come up and surrounded them. A whole bunch of these armies and surrounded them. Young servant came to Elisha like, what in the world? What are we gonna do? They got us surrounded. And Elisha said, Elisha knew. His spiritual eyes were open. He said, those who are for us are more than those who are against us. He said, Lord, open his eyes. Open his eyes so he can see. And when the Bible said when the Lord opened up his eyes, he saw that this angelic host, a whole bunch of this angelic host, heavenly army surrounding their army. So that's what you also need. Those who are for you are more than those who are against you, man. If you don't have God, if you don't have the Most High in your corner, get the Most High in your corner. You know what I mean? Because that changes everything. That changes the perspective. With you by yourself, that's different. But when you put God into the equation, that's why David said, I'm not coming against you with a sword, but I'm coming against you in the name of the Lord. I'm coming at you with the Most High, That's what you got to do, man. Don't fight carnally. We fight spiritually, man. As believers, the Bible said weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. The word is your sword. The word is a weapon. Your praise is a weapon. Your prayer is a weapon. Your faith is a weapon. When you put all those together, you got something really powerful. Combined with trust in the Father, you got something powerful right there. And that's your warfare. That's our warfare. We are soldiers in an army, but it's not a physical. It's a spiritual army. And that's what you have to do, man. You gotta know who God is, man. You gotta know who He is. I know sometimes, like I said, once again, we lose sight of who He is because of the circumstances we face. Sometimes numerous, sometimes maybe might not be as many. But whatever you're going through, it ain't too hard for God. That's what you gotta understand. And you gotta look back on all He brought you through, too. If He brought you to that, He'll bring you through something else. Like if you came out of that, by His grace, by His power, you can make it. But you have to believe. You have to know who you believe. So this is challenging me. I'm challenging y'all. Look at your circumstance a different way, man. Look at it a different way. David recognized who God was. He knew the God we serve is way bigger than this. To God, this guy was small, man. So, giants do fall, man. No matter how giant that circumstance is, giants do fall, I remember that song, I forgot, what's his name? I'm closing. what's his name? I think his name was Lawrence. His last name was Lawrence, but I don't remember his. But he created a song, and I like the song. You know, giants do die. You know, giants they die. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. You know, and you know, where's your confidence in? Because with God on your side, you might not look strong, but you are very strong. If God is on your side, you know, you are very strong. You're stronger than you think. You know, you know. So don't down yourself. Don't beat yourself up because you think that somehow, you know, you're lacking in something. Maybe the other people, you might be, lacking in some area. You know, like I said, you could be whether you're the, you know, you're the whether you're the most, you know. I mean, let me say it this way: whether you're the most weakest person, speaking of as you yourself. You know, Bible say you know, let the weak say, "I am strong." Man, God will make you strong. It may not seem that way to others because they're looking at the outward appearance, and that's why That's why God said, I don't look at that. You know, I don't judge people by that. I judge by the heart. When they went to go, when Samuel went to go anoint the next king of Israel, he went to where his brothers were staying. David, of course, David was out in the wood because his father. You don't know that. I ain't gonna go through all that, but basically, his father, he's the rejected son. He's not. You know, he's the black sheep of his family. He's a rejected son. Partly due to his illegitimate. David was born out of wedlock. You know, a lot of people don't know that, but he was, yeah. And because of this, he was the rejected. So he was out in the woods while his brothers were he was taking care of the sheep. He was all out there while David was, in the house, by the house and everything. But long story short, when Samuel came to anoint the new king, he was looking at all the other brothers. They might have been, they look mighty looking. They might have been bigger. They were a lot older, I believe, than David. He probably chose the most mightiest one, the tallest one. Why not? Ain't this guy suitable to be a king? But God told Samuel, don't consider that side of the hill because I have rejected him. I have refused him from being king. A man looks at the outward appearance. I look at the heart. That's what you gotta understand. And David was a man after God's own heart at the end of the day. He truly wanted to please God and live for God, please him with his lifestyle, and he walked in the fear of the Lord, man. Period. You know what I mean? So, and when Samuel anointed him, the oil fell on him. You know what I mean? He said, "This all your son?" He said, "No, there's one who he's out there taking care of the sheep, man. Reject this son, man. The stone. That's what the Bible said, man. I'm closing with this. The stone the builders rejected. When you look at Joseph, when you look at David, when you look at the Messiah, our Savior, I just think about that so many times. The stone the builders reject, they become the chiefs, you know. And David, the one who everybody thought wasn't going, the one that people they cast him to the side, man. They tried to put him in the background. God brought him to the forefront and anointed him in front of his brothers, in front of his father, man. You know, look at God, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, David was very strong. And you are very strong as well with the Most High on your side. You got to think of it. You have to think it. Because I'm closing. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, man. What you think about has power. The words you speak have power. You have to speak powerful things. Don't speak this negative stuff over your life. If you speak negative, you're gonna manifest negative. But if you speak the positive, if you speak about what God said you are, you have the potential to be great, man. You have the potential to accomplish, So, yeah, I ain't gonna make this video. I really hope this has helped somebody and it's caused you to, have a different perspective on your situations and, things you deal with probably on a daily basis. And, whatever your giant is, whatever your serpent, whatever your thing you think that might be a big, issue, for you. You can overcome when the Most High when God is on your side. So, yeah, that's my time in this video. But yeah, y'all. With that being said, I hope everybody's having a blessed day, and I really hope this has really helped somebody. So, because just to look at stuff differently, man. Speak positive. Start speaking positive, y'all. Because your words have power. What you think about has power. So, yeah. With that being said, peace. Remain blessed.